This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018, coming to you in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm with Bruce McLeod from Sabina Gold and Silver Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol on the TSX is SBB, and on the US, it's SGSVF. Bruce, welcome back to SNNLive.
Thanks for having us on the show, Shelley.
My pleasure. Now let's get started with a brief overview of the company. We'll go from there.
Great. Sabina is a gold exploration development company, a very large high-grade resource. Today we're over 5.2 million ounces in measured and indicated resources, an additional 2 million ounces in inferred in Nunavut, Canada, on what we call the Back River Gold Belt.
So what's some history behind this?
Well, the history is this belt was originally discovered in the 80s. It had a number of owners. It wasn't until 2009 that it was acquired by Sabina that we grew the resource from 2 to 7 million, over 7 million ounces in total. It is in an infrastructure challenged area, and what you need is size and scale to overcome that. And what we've successfully shown with our feasibility, and now through permitting too, is that this is a very robust project. And our feasibility was completed at $1,150 gold. So even today, where people are worried about gold price, it's significantly higher than where we did our economic studies.
What is unique about Sabina?
It's the size of the deposit, the grade of the deposit, the exploration upside of the deposit, the experience and track record of the management team, its people and its product.
Now, what's your competitive advantage over both other companies in your sector and where you're located?
Well, location is something that what it does is we don't have a lot of competitors. So one of the advantages for working in an area like this is we own an entire 80-kilometer long prospective belt. This is something that is going to be decades from now a multi-generational asset. That's the good thing about working in the north. The bad thing is that you've got to have a lot of northern experience, and you have to know how to overcome those challenges. And we have a management team that has done that. But the big competitive advantage, Shelley, is size and scale and grade.
Let's talk about that experience in the area of your team.
Well, people talk about Agnico, and they've been very successful in the north. We've actually worked in Nunavut longer than they have, even on Sabina, let alone that a lot of our people came from Miramar, which was sold to Hope Bay before that. I've been in the mining business my entire life. The vast majority of my career has been working in Canada's north. I've really only had a job in the mining sector. Worked in operations, mine construction, my way through to management, and significant public capital experience. The team behind us are accomplished builders, are accomplished developers. These are people that nobody is doing something for the first time on our payroll.
Well, you're also a development company, but I don't think you've abandoned exploration, have you?
No, we haven't abandoned exploration, and the reason is we keep finding more ounces that have the potential to defer some of the ounces that are already economic, i.e., higher grade and better economics. So what we're doing is trying to show, certainly to not only our investors, but also to the communities, to the people in North, that this is going to be an asset that, with their backing, and they've shown that backing, particularly the Inuit in Nunavut, that this is going to be an asset that's going to provide jobs for generations.
Now, what's your background?
I'm a mining engineer. I'm third generation in the mining business.
When you say you've been in it your whole life, you have been.
I've literally had a paper route and been in the mining business. I got sent to the bush for summer jobs at 15 years old, 14 years old, dirt bagging, geology, helping, and washing dishes in camps, and working my way through this. So there's very few jobs that I haven't done myself, or at least have a good understanding of how they are done.
Now, from what you can tell me, what are growth drivers for the company?
Well, the big growth drivers for us is still scale and showing these additional jewelry boxes like the vault deposit and umwelt that we're seeing is 2 to 3 times our average grade, and our average grade is still over 6 grams per ton. That's a big one. The other is advancing the development story. We're essentially through the permitting phase now. We're in the licensing phase. Our Type A water license we expect before this fourth quarter. We've started construction on the project on our pre-construction civils, a lot of our infrastructure development work that we need in order to more cheaply and more efficiently move equipment to the site. A bunch of the civil equipment, craneage, concrete trucks, batch plants, rebar, those boring things that you need to build a mine.
Bruce, let's get your website out there for our investor audience for more information, if you would.
Sure. It is www.sabinagoldsilver.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce McLeod, Sabina Gold and Silver Corp. I'm going to give you two symbols, SBB on the TSX and SGSVF in the U.S. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018, Vancouver, BC, Canada. Thanks, Bruce, for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley.
My pleasure.